respect the LGBTQ, or I will cook you. It's not just a rhyme, it's a threat.
Do non-binary people want to be called handsome or beautiful? Neither. I am a handful.
People sometimes ask me, if I'm trans, why do I still wear makeup? It's because even though I'm a dude, I'm also a MILF. So, suck my toes, Grandpa.
Bring around that scrumptious, shiny, glazed, Krispy Kreme donut double-decker crystal ball booty over here, my Discord kitten. What the fuck?
Shabba dabba dibble, shabba dabba gooba like a meeble. Labba labba, labba da babba babba labba gabba labba.
Oh, tongue twister.
Like gabba gabba, yabba da sabba dabba you babba babba. Moose, abba labba dooba kaduse.
No one showed up to my brother's birthday because he's trans.
Survive this road, feel the fever, I can feel it down inside.
So I feel like I'm both a boy and a girl, but they're both gay. Like, no part of me is a straight man and no part of me is a straight woman, but I am both a boy and a girl, and they're both gay, but that's just gender-wise. Like, sexuality, I would say that I'm asexual, but I'm also pan-romantic.
Making friends as a trans girl is really hard, and it's not because of transphobia, it's not because people are weird or rude or anything like that. It's because when you first meet someone and then I beat their ass 3 games in a row in Super Smash Bros, maining DDD and Young Link and fucking Kirby, like, how do you come back from that?
This is Marlene Dietrich, the queer, anti-fascist, androgynous, bisexual Hollywood star who wore men's suits and gave one of the first on-screen lesbian kisses. In 1939, she renounced her German citizenship and applied for U.S. citizenship, and during World War II, she helped raise millions selling war bonds. She was awarded the Medal of Freedom by the U.S. government and considered it her greatest accomplishment. She was an icon.
Oh, so you're part of the LGBTQ community, huh? The fearsome alphabet mafia? Well, I have something to tell you. You have my full support! What are your pronouns, you motherfucker? I will not tolerate any kind of hateful speech. You better tell me if somebody's bullying you. And don't you dare feel like you can't be you around me. I love you for who you are. You sack of shit.
How to tell if you're a bottom. 1. You flirt by comparing hand sizes. 2. You stop typing when the other person starts. 3. You say make me. 4. You think calling someone cute is a bold move. 5. Your favorite King Princess song is at the back. 6. You use the baby eyes emoji to get attention. 7. You wait for others to make the first move. 8. You get turned on by TikTok thirst traps. 9. You can't even get defensive when someone calls you a bottom. And 10, you watch this knowing it would call you out.
This is your reminder that being non-binary makes you instantly hot. Do you use they, them? Hot. Do you use binary pronouns? Hot. Do you use neo-pronouns? Do you use neo-pronouns but they're like just for decoration? Oh my god! Are you a she there or a he they? If you're like a she 90% of the time and like a they like 10% of the time, if you were a he yesterday and you'll be a she tomorrow and a z the next day, if you use different sets of pronouns in different contexts, like only certain people can call you certain pronouns at certain times, I'm not joking. I'm in love with you. Like, I'm literally marrying me.
I got my first hate email recently, which was interesting because I just didn't know people did that. You know what I mean? Like, they skipped right over the comment section and they were like, I'm taking my complaints straight to your business email, which I kind of respect. But the email was pretty weak. It just said, you're stupid, which is like, okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, you got me there. But then it also said, and you are not pretty, which is like, whoa. Okay, settle down. You know, like, who are you telling that to? Me or yourself? Because if I'm not pretty, then how come I'm hot? You know, like, something's just not adding up, you know? Checkmate, dummy. Thank you, though.
Here's something that made me realize I was non-binary.
I realized that one of the reasons I looked the way I did and I was highlighting the things about myself that I was because I was projecting what I was attracted to onto myself instead of projecting myself onto myself. I grew up thinking, I'm not gay. I just want to be exactly like them. Anything to avoid the truth. Mistaking my attraction from who I was. Because this whole time I've never been a boy. I've never related to them at all. I've just been attracted to them, unfortunately. And I thought for a really long time that the only way I'd ever get close to those boys that I was so attracted to would be to learn how to be more like a boy. I didn't fully realize how deeply I internalized that. Well, pretending to be a boy failed miserably. And now I'm figuring out which parts of myself are me and which parts are my attraction to men. Do any of you relate to this at all? Let me know in the comments.
If you are a trans person who wants to go on T but is scared of bottom growth, or if you just want to know why people who go on testosterone are the most supreme people ever, please watch this. Did you know that on the tip of the clitoris alone there are more than 8,000 nerve endings? As this says, this is twice the amount that is on a penis, and therefore twice the amount of pleasure. But this is the nerve endings on an average sized clit. When you go on T and you get bottom growth and your clitoris grows, so does the number of nerve endings. We don't even know how many nerve endings. What this basically means is that people with bottom growth experience the most sensitivity and sexual pleasure down there than literally anyone else. Like, no one can get on our level. Literally ask any trans person who's been on T if their orgasms are better now that they have bottom growth, and they will say 100%. It's like so much more extreme. If bottom growth scares you, just please try to remember that awesome perk, and remember that you are elite.
Great question. Yes and no. So yes, I do want my voice to get deeper, because right now, this is what my voice sounds like. Doesn't sound very masculine. I could, like, try and speak at a lower pitch, but that's, like, annoying. I have too many emotions. And then no, I don't want my voice to get deeper, because I'm a singer. And reaching those high notes isn't that easy anymore. Oof.
They brainwashed you. Really?
Ironically enough, this is the perfect depiction of showing someone as being brainwashed. Look at this guy right here. This is normal. This is okay. You are allowed to like many things. This person watches CNN. They practice Taoism. They're a Taurus. They have communism in their tummy. They watch YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr. They wear masks. They like gay people, Muslim gay people. I like Trump, Jesus, USA. When analyzing cults, experts like to use what's called the BITE model. It stands for body control, information control, thought control, and emotion control. The red MAGA hat and purity culture, body control. The absolute disdain for opposing sources, information control. Random mantras that they shout at people when they can't come up with a valid argument, thought and emotion control. So to answer your question, yes, really. You're in a cult. Call your dad.
So I've gone by he, him pronouns my entire life. The reason being, because I have a penis, and everybody's called me he, him. And they're not just like, hey, he, him. They don't say that. They just call me like boy stuff or whatever. And I'm not uncomfortable in that realm. However, with the way society is changing and with the world being a little more accepting, I decided to do a little bit of research, take a deep dive into gender. And what I came across was the definition of gender, which is obviously different from biological sex, of course, and it strictly refers to masculine and feminine traits. So then I Googled those because I'm like, what the heck even is that? And masculine traits were like strength and bravery and a bunch of hoo-ha bullshit. And feminine ones were like nurturing and caring. Here's the kicker. I know a lot of guys who are nurturing and caring, and I know a lot of girls who are strong and brave. So by those textbook definitions, everybody's kind of outside of the binary. Do you know what I mean? Another kicker. This binary was probably created by some asshole a really long time ago who just wanted to provide separation. And I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Aristotle or Beethoven or one of those old writer dudes, but I'm pretty freaking sure he's dead now. Whoever made this idea of gender up is probably dead. So we're listening to the rules of a dead guy. That's whack. And in all actuality, gender can't be explained that simply because it's complex. It's complex. Just because you're nurturing doesn't really mean you're a chick. That's kind of weird. I am nurturing and I'm not that brave or strong. I'm afraid of the dark and I'm like 160 pounds. So by that definition, I'm a girl. Doesn't really make sense. So I think dead guy who created this whole logic, I think his thing was flawed. I think it was stupid. And I also think that Taco Bell should bring back the Mexican pizza and the nacho fries. I lost my train of thought and I got hungry, but I think points were made. So checkmate, bitch.
Hey gays, this isn't Straits. It's Piper here. So, it's day 13. Almost at 2 weeks. And it's been 3 days without painkillers, which is so much fun. Living the life. So, this morning was pretty rough, honestly. Like, even walking hurt a lot. And I could feel the stitches that I have that basically go inside. So my vaginal cavity, which is a tube, has stitches on either side, and they come a little bit out, and those stitches for the last couple of days have been killing me. So those hurt a lot even to walk, and when I tried to dilate in the morning because I'm totally out of painkillers, it hurts so much that I like immediately started crying. I feel like when I dilate, if the pain is above an 8, my body just like goes into shock, and that's what happened. And I immediately started like crying, and like my body was flipping out, and I had to wait like 40 minutes to try again and just like lie in bed and calm down. So that sucked, but I managed to dilate, and I've done 2 dilations for the day now that actually worked. So I don't know, we're getting through it. In terms of pain for dilations, like the morning was a 9, obviously, the first time, and it's been pretty painful, like 6 or 7 for the other 2 times, just because no pain meds. In terms of pain elsewhere down here, my clit still has like the electric shocks, stinging, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's going to continue. It's really annoying, honestly, but at least we know there's feeling. Honestly, that's about it. Opioids don't work. Oh, shout out to whoever in the comments was talking about getting numbing gel. I've ordered it. It's coming in tomorrow, so I'll tell you guys how it works, but I'm really hoping it helps a little bit. And then for all the comments, a lot of them I'm not allowed to try because a lot of them are blood thinners, and I have to wait 3 weeks to use blood thinners. It's just general for this surgery, but also because I'm vegan and anemic, it really doesn't help things. So yeah, it's been a painful weekend. I am not walking or doing enough exercise, which is really important. So I'm really excited to get painkillers to just do that because I know it will help. But yeah, so overall it's pretty good, and I will check in with you all tomorrow. Also in the comments, because so many of you are newcomers and have joined, do you want me to make a second dilation video? Because I feel like so many of you always get comments for what's dilation? So I'm thinking tomorrow I might run through dilation again. So yeah, that's it for day 13. Love y'all. Bye.
Realizing you're transgender is kind of like you've had a rock in your shoe your entire life, and one day you talk to one of your friends and you're like, man, doesn't it suck that your feet just hurt all the time? And they're like, actually, my feet never hurt. It sounds like maybe you have a rock in your shoe. And you're like, wait, not everyone has a rock in their shoe? And they're like, no, maybe you should try taking the rock out of your shoe. And you're like, man, I didn't even know that that was an option, which, to be fair, isn't entirely true, because for years in secret you had been watching videos on the internet of people being like, this is what I look like 2 years after taking a rock out of my shoe. But you kind of just assumed that other people could take rocks out of their shoes, but that you could never take the rock out of your shoe.
Oh.